Hey guys, Brent from CTS here. So today we're just going to go over the high protein, high fat breakfast. So this is basically the first thing that we, nutrition wise, we get everyone to do when they come in. And basically it's the number one thing you can do for best results. So basically, alright, so what is it? So when we look at the high protein, high fat breakfast, there's three main options that you're going to have. And we've got them rated here from best to not quite as good. But any three of these are going to be a great option better than cereal or toast in the morning. So don't worry if you don't want to do the top one. It doesn't matter, as long as you're getting one of these in, you're doing great. So basically, the high protein, high fat breakfast is something off your proteins list in your nutritional handbook and combine it with something off your fats list, so a healthy fat. So our number one option here we've got is meat and healthy fat. So it could be meat and nuts, meat and coconut oil, meat and avocado, or anything like that. So meat provides us with, I guess, the best results and the best nutritional profile we want first thing in the morning. Our second best option, which is also great, is eggs, any way you like them. So you can have omelette, poached, scrambled. So eggs basically are great because they provide a protein and a fat in the one food product. So you don't have to mix and match any food. It's just really simple, works really good. And then lastly, our third option is a protein smoothie with some added smart fats. So if you're not a big fan of breakfast at the moment, or you're having a very light breakfast, some of these first two options might be a bit too difficult to stomach at first. So this is when this protein smoothie can come in and just makes it a bit easier to get started with having some protein. So you're still going to be getting the protein in, and it's not, like I said, it's not quite as good as these, but it's still a great option. You still get great results if you do that. So basically, it's just some protein powder, some low sugar fruits like some berries, an apple or an orange or something, and then some fibrous veggies that are going to go well into that. So it could be some cucumber, some celery, some spinach, even some lemon. So the veggies are going to add some fiber and slow down that digestion and keep us nice and full for a while there, and also just add more nutrients as well. So that's basically what it is. So ideally you want to do the high protein, high fat breakfast. You want 30 grams of protein, that's what the first 30 is, in the first 30 minutes of waking up. So, you want to get it in, pretty soon after you wake up. Obviously, if you have it an hour or so after you wake up, it's not going to be a big deal. But most of us are getting going in the morning pretty quickly anyway. So, going for that 30 and 30 is what you want to aim for. So then we go, why? So why is the high protein, high fat breakfast better than a normal breakfast, which is higher in carbohydrates and lower in protein? So number one is our neurotransmitters. So our neurotransmitters are what basically provide us with motivation. They control everything we do. So in all of these options, in protein is made up of amino acids. The neurotransmitters, serotonin, acetylcholine, dopamine, noradrenaline, are all basically made up of amino acids. So if we're not having any protein, we're not getting any amino acids, which means we don't have any of the building blocks that are going to help us give us these neurotransmitters that we need for motivation, drive, and alertness. So this is partly why meat is one of our top options, because it has the amino acids in it that, number one being tyrosine and phenylalanine, that give us basically the building blocks for making dopamine and acetylcholine. So dopamine and acetylcholine will give us this motivation and drive to get going. If you have carbs for breakfast, you're just going to be creating serotonin, which is basically like the feel-good, relaxing hormone, which is good sometimes, but you don't want it first thing in the morning because you're going to be feeling drowsy. So number two is hormones. So here we have, our hormones are basically set up in the morning to have a high protein, high fat breakfast and not have carbs. So our cortisol, our growth hormone, and our testosterone in guys and girls is highest in the morning, and they lower throughout the day. So if we have carbohydrates in the morning, what that's going to do is it's going to make our cortisol go lower, and it's also going to make our growth hormone go lower. So what we've done is, in the morning, we've got this great fat burning environment. So we wake up, we haven't eaten for about 10 hours, our growth hormone, cortisol, and testosterone are high, so we're burning fats for energy. So pretty much what we want to do is we want to keep that going. We want to keep using fats for energy, and we want to keep feeling alert and awake. So if you have a big bowl of cereal, a big piece of toast, or some sort of high carb breakfast, then you're going to play with that hormonal balance, and then you're going to straight away, your body's going to go, okay, we've got carbohydrates, now let's use carbohydrates for energy, which is not, we want to burn fat. So keeping the use of fat for energy for as long as we can during the day is in our best interest. And then last we've got here immune system and digestion. So the immune system and our digestive system, they need protein for functioning first thing in the morning. So all our immune system uses those amino acids for its building blocks of the white blood cells that we use to protect ourselves. And our digestive lining is constantly replacing itself using those amino acids as well. So if you're not getting in protein till lunch or sometimes dinner, these two systems are not going to be functioning as well as they could. So the last step, guys, is the how. So we know that these breakfasts aren't quite as easy to make as say cereal or toast or something like that, or no breakfast at all. Everyone's saying they're rushed for time. So we want to be able to do it quick. So I'm going to go how to do each of these, probably the quickest way to do it. So meat and fats, this one's easy. You have to have it prepped the day before. So if you're having chicken for breakfast, steak for breakfast, beef mince for breakfast, whatever it is, have it prepped, have it in the fridge, have it in a container. If you're having, say, meat and nuts, get up in the morning, throw it in the microwave. It's heated up in a minute and a half, and then you have your fats. So you could have, like I said, a handful of nuts with it. You could have some coconut oil. So if it's already prepped, it's easy. You heat it up and you eat it. Eggs. If you're in a real hurry, you can have some hard-boiled eggs. That's the quickest option. Hard-boiled eggs in the fridge. You can grab them and run. Another quick option is an omelette. So if you're really stuck for time, you can whisk up your eggs the night before, have your beaten eggs in the fridge, have what you're going to put in it. So you might have some spinach, some onion, some tomato, some mushrooms. Literally get up in the morning, throw the fry pan on, get your beaten eggs on the fry pan, get all your ingredients in there, cooked and done. Protein smoothie, this one's pretty simple. Just throw everything in the blender. So maybe half a litre of water, scoop of protein powder, some berries, some spinach, some celery, some cucumber, maybe a lemon. Blend it up. You can take it with you out the door and take it on the run. So yeah, guys, so now you should have a good understanding of the high protein, high fat breakfast. Really, there's no excuse for not getting in. If you don't have enough time, you're simply just not getting up early enough. And I think once you start doing it, you're going to notice how much better you feel. That's the number one thing that we hear, is that after a while, oh God, I feel so much better. I feel so much more switched on. I don't crave another coffee or a sugary meal at 10 o'clock. And you just perform so much better. So let us know if you've got any questions, guys. Give it a go. You'll notice a difference. Cheers.